Douglas Cooling and Heating, serving the Birmingham area for 38 years. 988-3706. That's Douglas.
This is the Weather Xtreme video for Wednesday, August the 3rd. I'm meteorologist Brian Peters, and I completely forgot that James Spann was going on vacation the latter part of this week. Well, that's all right. Here's the Weather Xtreme video anyway. Clear shot there over Birmingham as we look out, and the sun a little higher in the sky because I'm doing this a little later than I usually do. And clear sky as we look out from Cheehaw. We're still dealing with the old high-pressure system that's been around, it seems like forever, but maybe it's been actually only since June or so, but sure seems like it's been with us for a long time. In the upper atmosphere, we're dealing with that huge ridge, and that ridge has definitely been around for a long time. And like I say, just at least since June. The result of that ridge, of course, has been a lot of hot weather, and here we are at 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, and temperatures already into the 80s for some locations. 81 at Birmingham, 76 at Anniston, 77 at Tuscaloosa, 80 at Montgomery. So another warm day in store. We've been, thanks to some soil moisture, our temperatures have been held down a little bit. I did hit 101 yesterday at my house. QPF has some hope of some rain over the next 5 days, as our chances for rain will actually improve after today and tomorrow. And of course, you can also see that rather large bullseye of over 3 inches down over the Bahamas. That is representative of where Emily is expected to go. Storm Prediction Center outlooking a slight risk extending from the coastal area of Virginia across West Virginia, Kentucky, and Tennessee, just to the north of Alabama. And that is with a little short wave coming across there. We'll talk about that on the 06Z GFS model run. Big news in the tropics as Emily is moving through the eastern Caribbean. Emily's still somewhat disorganized. The center can't seem to get in a proper orientation to the convection. There's the visible picture, and there's also the infrared picture, and you can see there's a lot of convection, especially on the eastern side, but still somewhat disorganized. Now, where's it going? Well, it looked like it was going a little further to the west, and then that's kind of pulled back to the east, and now the computer models are suggesting a little bit further west again. So right now, the official Hurricane Center forecast track is up through the Bahamas and recurving across the southeastern coast, or just offshore from the southeastern coast of the U.S. So we'll be watching that and watching for the changes. It does seem like Emily has gone a little further west than what it has been expected to do, so we'll be watching that. All right, this is a 06Z GFS model run, and today another day where perhaps there'll be an isolated shower, but for the most part we stay dry with the upper atmosphere picture of that 594 contour. The 594 does move just ever so slightly to the west, just a little bit, but not that much for to show much change for us for tomorrow. But then on Friday we begin to see these little disturbances, and once again you can see the 594 contour just ever so slightly moving. By Saturday, as we get into the weekend, we've got better chances. The 594 disappears. That's good. The ridge a little bit weaker, but still the main ridge just to our west, and it does open up some possibilities. Also notice down there off the coast of the southeastern coast of Florida in the Bahamas, we see the reflection of Emily. Sunday, Emily moves ever so much closer offshore from about the Daytona, Melbourne area. And we see troughiness beginning to develop from the Great Lakes down into the central Mississippi River Valley. That troughiness continues to get a little deeper, and that's good because that's going to, first of all, if Emily is in this position, then that trough will help to steer Emily away from the U.S., and that'll be good. Then, in addition to that, we're getting under a little bit more of a northwesterly flow, which doesn't mean a complete air mass change, but certainly would indicate some temperature changes for us in terms of bringing us back into at least, say, the lower 90s, which would be a little bit of a welcome relief. The troughiness deepens a little bit with a fairly strong shortwave that is coming through the flow on Tuesday, coming through the Missouri area, the central Mississippi River Valley. And by Wednesday, that has really developed into a nice little trough over the eastern half of the country. So once again, it looks like by at least midweek next week, we should be getting back into the lower 90s for highs. And again, that will certainly help with chances for rain much improved after just a couple of days. Extending out into the longer range, the troughiness stays with us through the 13th. This is Saturday, the 13th of August, but the ridge makes another appearance. As we can see, a fairly extensive ridge all the way from the southeast coast of the U.S. all the way back to the Four Corners area. So we're not out of the woods yet when it comes to summer, but we sometimes get a little break in August, and maybe that's one of those little breaks coming up for us. Well, thanks for tuning into the Weather Extreme video. I expect to have the next one posted tomorrow morning. And again, James is on vacation, and I will try to be a little more timely tomorrow morning. Hope that you have a wonderful day, and Godspeed.
Each day there are new stories to tell about the people who live here and the place we call home.
All of the faces that I see, all of the places close to me, they're all part of all the best things about home.
Sharing your stories on ABC 3340, Alabama's news leader.